Y'all see him on a big screen?
Yes.
Really took the heart out of me.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, y'all, let's get started. If you all can mute yourselves because I can't hear nothing but noise right now. All right, so today we're closing out. We're going to do some reviewing, and we also are going to finish everybody's maps because everybody's going to have one when we're done today. But before we do that, we have Dr. Stevenson Frazier, who is going to be our special guest today. And
I saw her yesterday, so how is she special?
Because guess what? She is going to be the person who is in the hot seat. See, the other day she wasn't in the hot seat. The other day she brought somebody to the hot seat. So all eyes on Dr. Stevenson Frazier because she is. Do y'all know her story?
Yeah, she was supposed to go to Florida, but she didn't. And then, she had to do a gap semester.
You know what? You sure enough be listening. I gotta watch what I say around you. Oh my goodness. You are like a tape recorder. You done said it verbatim. You go, boy. You go. Well, hey, she's got more. But yeah, there's more to her story. Don't you want to hear like who she is a little bit more? I do.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You'll take it? Okay, well, thank you so much for that. So we are going to give her our undivided attention because it's our last day. But this is what I need from y'all. I need y'all to ask the best questions ever. And she can.
If it's for the last semester, then you got your guy.
You can ask her questions. She can deny. She can say. She can refuse to answer them. But you still have to try to ask some really good questions. And that goes for me too. Can we agree to that? And whoever asks the best questions today, and I'm keeping tally of the questions, is going to be like number one in our books. But before we go into that,
number one, you're what?
In my books. Dr. Stevenson Frazier, can you please tell us what the word of the day is? We are going to use the word of the day.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so guys, the word of the day today is going to be passion.
Woo!
So throughout the whole session, I need you guys to be typing in the chat box sentences that have the word passion in it, things that you're passionate about, things that you have passion for. You know, you can use passion or passionate.
Can you use it in a sentence, Dr. Stevenson Frazier, in the definition?
Well, CEO Tyler just did one, so I'm gonna read his. I am passionate about sleeping.
Yeah.
Oh, please. That's Tyler. There ain't no CEO Tyler. That's Tyler. That's regular Tyler for you.
And so we'll be keeping points of how many times you guys use the word.
Okay.
How much time do you want to give them, Dr. Stevenson Frazier?
Okay, so we will give you guys a minute and a half to type as many sentences as you can using the word passion or passionate.
Do I get on this too?
Yes, you can get on it too, Dr. Stork.
Challenge accepted.
I'll tell you guys when the timer starts. It hasn't started.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Before we start, Detective Prather, you and the Police Athletic League can also be a part of this challenge. And we believe we will beat y'all. So using the word passion, Detective Prather and Ricketts.
Can we be on teams?
No.
Y'all are a team. Y'all are a team of what, 5? 4?
No.
4.
You could do the students against the adults. Since you're
yes.
Wait, hold up. You seem like a student more than an adult.
Now, she's an adult.
How old is she?
I am an adult, yes.
She's an adult.
She's
I'm 20 years old.
And I am 21. Okay.
She looks like a
I'm lying.
I have a passion for life like a 21-year-old.
I have a passion for life as a 1-year-old.
I just gave y'all a sentence. All right. Are we ready? Can we start?
I am passionate about dancing.
Right now, Police Athletic League is losing. So keep going. Carry on.
Yes, the timer has started. So.
Stop copying what I'm saying. Stop.
CEO Tyler, any sentence that you copy does not count as a point.
You sneaky thing.
All right, 30 more seconds. All right, and that's time, guys.
All right. And Police Athletic League has lost.
Right.
Oh.
All right,
Do you
good
have
job, guys. I'm
Do
looking
you
at
have a
somebody.
total? Are you counting?
No, I didn't count.
All right.
Am I counting them all together, all of the students?
Yes, count them all together, even though
There
it's
was a lot of students. There was a lot of students.
Yes.
so we get a bonus.
You want a bunk?
I wrote my stuff
You
to
want to bet?
Huh?
You want to bet?
I typed in my stuff to Dr. Stevenson Fraser so she can.
Yep.
Oh, that was smart. That was smart.
That was smart. How was what?
Because that means she kept her sentences to herself. Because CEO Tyler was taking mine.
Yes.
Yeah, CEO Tyler's a cheater.
I won't say he's a cheater, but I will say he's very, very smart.
Yeah, but he's cheater pumpkin eater.
He's a sneaky person. That's all I will tell you.
Hey, you know what?
I'm not on your team, but you calling me a cheater. Like, how does
All right, so you guys got a total of 20 points.
What? Let me just be clear. In CEO Tyler's defense, I never said you could not copy the stuff.
That's
in
true.
his defense.
But
That was smart. That's a tactic. Y'all need him.
But Ms. Fraser said, any sentences copied is not worth the point.
But she said it after the fact. When we first started the game, like he could have completely said to her, that's not what y'all said. Y'all didn't say that was a rule in the beginning. He could have. He could have said that. He could have called her out.
Man. Why does this guy always try? He always has the advantage. I always sees an advantage, and then he takes it, and then he doesn't get caught for it until after the game.
Listen, bottom line is Police Athletic League lost. Okay?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Now we won. Y'all cheated.
Yeah, y'all
We won.
What did we
type
get?
like 50.
What did we get? How many
type
did we
like
get?
50.
I
It's
mean,
20 points for us. What did you two get?
Yeah, what did we get?
Dr. Sturt, you guys didn't get many points. I don't think.
What?
Nah,
I typed
Gino
in
type
like
like 50.
10.
We won. Y'all lost.
Okay, maybe like 5.
Transfer.
Yeah, so you got, let's see.
I didn't even see much of our teammates typing.
You did a whole lot of typing. Now listen, who is this? I got so many we won. Who's that? It doesn't say who said that. Oh, that's you, CEO Tyler.
You got 9.
No, that's Dino.
9.
It doesn't say
Yeah,
who
Dr.
it's from.
Stewart got 9.
Woo woo.
That means we win.
Go, Dr. Stewart. Go, Dr. Stewart. Go, Dr. Stewart.
Wait, how much did y'all have?
9.
We won.
Add a 0.
We won.
We have 20.
I know. Y'all did
Yeah,
win.
20.
Y'all won fair and square.
Yes, you guys won by
Good
a
work.
landslide.
Good work. Okay, so before Dr. Stevenson Frazier gets into her session, I do want to say YS is great. First of all, it's fun to learn, but also too, y'all are learning how to work well in teams, and y'all are going to need a support team when you are going through school, going to college, going through real life. Y'all are going to do great things, but you don't do great things by yourself. You do great things with people who also support you. So think about your team, building your team. Your team could be your parents and friends or mentors or police athletic league or Dr. Stevenson Frazier or Dr. Stewart, but we are teammates in this work, okay? So without further ado, our special guest today, who you all know personally, so I hope you got great questions for her, is going to really share some stuff maybe she hasn't shared before about her journey. So let's get started, and let's give it up for Dr. Stevenson Frazier.
Where do you want me to start, Dr. Stewart?
Maybe we should ask them. Where would they like for you to start?
Yeah, where would you guys like for me to start?
Your life, just saying.
You said my life?
Okay, let's
No,
do this.
start with your dream and your passion.
I love that. Start
My dreams and my
Part
passion
before Corona.
before Corona.
Well, that ain't much longer.
Yeah, before Corona.
Can you start when
Start
you
with your
realize?
dream was before
Hold on, y'all.
Corona happened.
Hold on. Can you start when you realized what you wanted to pursue? Like when you were going to college and thinking about, oh, this is what I want to be when I grow up. Can you start at that moment for us?
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
What you want to be when you grow up?
Okay,
Yeah.
she has the floor.
So I want to be a life coach. And the way that I kind of settled upon that was like last year. Well, okay, so I went to dual enrollment. I think I told you guys that already, that I went to dual enrollment, and I was pursuing psychology. I wanted to be like a therapist. But then sometime around like maybe 6 months ago, right before Corona, I decided that I wanted to be a life coach because I was talking to somebody who's already a therapist, and she was basically just telling me that there's restrictions on what I can say and how much help I can give to people. And so we really went into detail about how I want to help people, and kind of just were like, okay, well, that basically describes a life coach, so I might as well pursue that. And yeah, so I mean, basically with being a life coach, I can help people more hands-on. I can spend more time with them than I could as a therapist. I don't need a degree for it, but I do need license and training. So I will be doing that after graduation. But right now I am going to graduate with my bachelor's degree in psychology, just so that I can continue to understand the way that humans think and the way they act and why they do the things that they do. So yeah.
So what is so important about young people in like life coaching and like I would say balancing and organizing and time management, as we've touched on, really like planning on building good habits and that type of structure? What kind of advice would you give our young people in building these good habits? And as far as a life coach, how does that look? Like, what are some things they can do today that they can carry on for the rest of their lives? And how do they balance life? Because they've got a lot.
Well, the best advice, number one, is take everything one day at a time. Do not allow yourself to become overwhelmed or stressed by thinking about where you're going to be in a year or where you're going to be in 6 months, 3 months, however long it's going to be. Just take it one day at a time, because as you go through life, you're going to start to accumulate more and more things on your schedule. And as that happens, you just have to become organized and do things one day at a time. of course, with organizing, you do want to plan out, you know, your weeks and everything, but still don't stress yourself out thinking about the next day. Just do what you have to do for today. And then when the next day comes, do the same thing, and life will go by so much easier. That's definitely something I wish that I would have learned before college, because I've spent too many weeks stressed out thinking about, oh my gosh, where am I going to be in a year? Like, am I going to graduate? Am I not? Like, so that's definitely one thing I would say. Two things: organization and not being taking it one day at a time.
So my question for you, and because you know our young people very well, that we're going to call this the not Ayanla Fix My Life, but Dr. Stevenson Fraser Fix Our Life. What advice would you give to young people with all the stress that's been going on with COVID? And first, I want to ask them, if each of you guys can think about what is one thing that challenges you the most with school or in your life. Think about that. And can you each share what those things are so Dr. Stevenson Fraser can give you advice on how to deal with those things? Yes, Miss Bianca.
COVID.
Say it again. You're muted.
Corona.
Okay. Is there something specific about Corona that you want to address?
Yes.
Okay. What's your question, or what do you want advice about?
I really don't have a question, but I think I have a statement.
Okay.
So about this coronavirus, it keeps on building up and building up, because like these people keep on coming in the coronavirus without a mask and stuff, and that's how they keep on catching COVID. Because all of us want the levels to go down, all the cases to go down, and so we can like meet our cousins and all that stuff.
Can all of you guys raise your hand if you have the same fear about COVID right now? Or, okay. Dr. Stevenson Fraser, do you have any suggestions for our young, beautiful Black babies and how they can kind of think about the upcoming school year maybe, or anything that you would recommend? How would you deal with it so far? And that's a big question.
Yeah, well, I have a little sister, so with her, and a little brother, but with her, I basically just always tell her, like, don't fear the things that you cannot control. And this would definitely apply to you guys, like as far as not knowing when you're going to be able to go back to in-person school, or not knowing when the rates are going to go down and everything. Like, you know, don't be fearful of that stuff. Definitely do your part and stay safe. So, you know, wear your mask, clean your hands, help, you know, make sure that your family's being safe, and just play your role until the school goes back to normal, because eventually it is going to go back to in-person school, even if it's a little different than before. You know, you'll learn to adapt to it, and things will become easier as you start to get used to like the new ways of learning that are going to happen. But definitely don't overthink it. Don't stress out. Just kind of adapt and try to make yourself get as comfortable to it as you can. And, you know, just having friends and family around, like, that will make everything easier as well.
Great advice. Thank you for that. All right, who else wants to share kind of like anything that they're challenged with school or in life that you'd like advice from Dr. Stevenson Fraser on? Z Money?
Yes.
Do you have any challenges that you face in school that you want to get help on?
I mean, no.
Okay.
But I do have a lot of support for my
Can you-
family and
Mhm.
everything else.
That's wonderful. I love to hear
I
that
also have a little brother, but he's like 2 weeks old right now.
Oh, he's very little.
Yeah, he's small.
Congratulations on being a good big brother. Well, so then let's ask Dr. Stevenson Frazier this question. What is the best thing about being a big sibling, an older sibling for Mr.
Yeah, what is the best thing about being an older kid?
I mean, I guess having like, well, me and my sister, we're 3 years apart, or well, 2 years and a half apart. So, I think the best thing about like our relationship is that we're a lot alike. So she's kind of like my mini me. So when I see her start to make the same mistakes that I made when I was her age, or like she, kind of starts taking a path that I've made, I get to kind of like correct her and help her stop the mistake before it happens because I've already been through it. And so I really get to just like guide her and mentor her, but so that like she can have, like she could be in a better place when she turns 18 than I was. So that I would say that's probably the best part, is just being able to be that mentor and that leader.
How old is your sister?
What did you say?
How old is your sister?
She turns 17 tomorrow.
So she's 16.
So she's a big little sister.
Yeah, and then my baby brother's 3. He turns 3 August 1st. They're literally one day, like, yeah. So she turns 17 tomorrow, and then he turns 3 August 1st.
Wow. So quick question for you, Dr. Stevenson Frazier, since you talked about being a big sister, have you seen like how that has helped you in your journey in school? Like, do you find that you're kind of like a big sister to some of your friends on campus, or do you have a big sister that you look up to in college?
Yeah, I definitely do. I have a lot of people who I look to as siblings, older siblings. And then like also like with my friends, like I'm considered the mother of the group, like because I'm always like the caregiver and like looking out for them, and like they always normally come to me for advice when they're going through things because they know that I've been through a lot. And so it's like they like really turn to me to like kind of like help them too. So I do feel like a big sister, a mother, whatever they want to call it, to a lot of my friends. And I know that I have some people out there for me who are kind of like big sisters, big brothers. So
Awesome. Well,
and that's also part of why I want to volunteer at the Big Sister Big Brother, like the Big Sister Big Brother program.
Yes.
So I can be a big sister to someone.
Cool. CEO Tyler had a question.
Okay.
How was your 8th grade year?
Good question.
My 8th grade year, was pretty okay. I happened to have almost every single class with my cousin that year, which made things very interesting, I guess you could say, because we're definitely like sisters. So it's like there's a lot of arguing and everything, and not focusing in classrooms because we were goofing off. But other than that, 8th grade was very eventful. Like that's when I really started to figure out who I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, and made like my friends that would go into high school with me, and I was just able to find myself in 8th grade before I went to high school. And then high school, I found myself even more. But 8th grade was definitely the starting point. So it was good.
Good question. I can't remember what 8th grade was like. I'm sure it was nothing like what y'all got going on.
All right.
I do remember this. It was the last time that I felt like I could not care about as much, because when you get into high school, that's when you really start planning for your future. Like really everything matters a lot, and everything should always matter. But what I mean is like, it's like the last time you can really be super silly and make like the real mistakes, because like colleges aren't looking at the stuff now. That's the time for you to make all the mistakes so that when you get into high school, you are then like everything kind of matters. People are you're starting to build up your resume for the future.
But I want to say something.
Absolutely.
What she said about like having somebody to look up to. I have a big sister, and I have a lot of cousins that are older than me that I really do look up to. Especially one. She's 20. Well, I should say she's 21 by now.
That's great.
But her name is Sherrod, and she's very careful. But she's very careful about her family, her friends. And she has a little sister named Lima, who I would say about who's 18 by now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's 18, and she's also figuring out what college she wants to go to. But I also look up to her. Sometimes we get into little fights, but it's not really nothing big because we still make up for it. And same thing goes with me and my sister. She's like 14, 15, 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is she's named uh Leah. But me and Leah are very tight. But usually sometimes when but we don't keep in touch much, but we do. But every time when we see each other, we are very happy to see each other. So, but yeah. But I have a lot of friends, and I have a lot of people that I can look up to.
I am so happy to hear that because not everybody can say that. I'm going to say this to all of you guys, that the friends that I had in high school, they were cool, but I'll say the friends that you make in college are your forever friends, like forever friends. And I don't know that. I don't know why, but I promise you, if you can meet people that are there and really support you, and y'all can laugh, but y'all can also like support each other with school. Sometimes, especially if you're going away to college, those are the friends that you meet because both of y'all may like be a little homesick, or maybe you've connected on some other tip, like maybe y'all are in a fraternity together, a sorority together, you're studying the same field or in classes together, but those are your forever friends. So please
Sometimes you
look
might
forward to
have
that.
one high school friend though.
Yeah, yeah,
Forever friend.
yeah, exactly. But those are great places to build your support system, and they'll last
But I
forever.
also have some friends that I knew for a real long time,
Mhm,
especially one. His name is John Tavis, and we've been friends ever since we met in pre-K.
mhm. That's going to probably be a forever friend for you.
Yep.
Yes,
That's how me and my
ever
best
since
friend were.
we became real tight.
Good. Now, let's talk about that really quick. And maybe Dr. Stevenson Frazier, you have an opinion on this, which I'm sure you do. What is the best type of friendship? Like, you got friends that you look out for, but what makes great long lasting friendships for you, Dr. Stevenson Frazier?
Um, well, honestly, I've had the same friends since like ninth grade. And well, actually before ninth grade. And so the reason why we've been friends so long is because we kind of, we've made our relationship go past friendship. Like we've become more of a family than friends. Like we've like really been there for each other. It's not just like me there for them. Like it's like they're there for me. We have things in common. um we all have kind of like similar personalities, so we're able to like kind of all come together like in a group, because it's kind of like a group friendship. It's not just like me with separate friends. We're all kind of like a group. And honestly, I would say like what makes the best friendships is just having somebody who can like relate to you, like somebody who can definitely relate to you, somebody who's there for you and genuinely has love for you, as like even if it's like a sisterly brotherly love or whatever it might be, just making sure that you guys have mutual love for each other, mutual respect, and similar like just things in common. And even if you don't have things in common, if you have the other two things, you can still have a great friendship with them, because I have a few friends like that where we don't have much in common, but because of that mutual respect and because of that love that we have for each other, we're able to make it work. And it's worked for years. And so.
Great.
Yeah.
You guys remember the 3 things we learned last time? What were those three terms?
Roadblock, speed bump,
Detour and
Good.
speed bump.
Good. You know how important when you go through each of those things, a friend is? How important to help you not only think through like those challenges, but also to get you over those hurdles. So think about that too, how important your friends are in those areas.
And you know what? I can, if you don't mind, Dr. Store, I would like to share one of my roadblocks that just happened.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically my best friend and I, before COVID, we go to the same school. We were supposed to move into an apartment together when school started back up. But then, COVID happened and we both had to get kicked off campus, go home. I'm in Florida, she's in Charlotte. And she recently made the decision to withdraw from school because online school is a little bit too hard for her. She doesn't think that she can pass. And so that also kind of like messed up everything with the apartment. And so like things are really just like shifting and changing now, like because of like COVID and it being out of our control. And I actually have to rush back to Charlotte, North Carolina without having a real solid plan because of the changes that are happening in the school. But I would say that I probably would feel more lost than I am right now if I didn't have my friend to talk to and to help me through it and to give me advice and like just us being there for each other for this whole time period. Like if I didn't have that, things probably would have went worse. I probably would have ended up not going back too. But I am going back though. But yeah, so that definitely was a big roadblock. Well, not a roadblock, a detour, I guess you could say. Technically a detour. Yeah. Because it's kind of throwing everything off. So yeah.
Doesn't mean it's the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You know we haven't heard from. Let's take we got one more that we haven't heard from. Dr. Law. What is like a challenge that you have during your like school year or in life? Do you have like one challenge that we can help talk you through?
Grades.
Grades. Okay. What do you mean with grades?
You got an F and you keep trying.
Say it again. You're muted.
Like you got an F and you keep trying, but you still got an F.
That's a great question. Dr. Stevenson Frazier?
Great question. Yes. Okay. We're going to talk about growth mindset real quick. So having a growth mindset means that, well, I'll just say what a growth mindset is having the belief that you can constantly improve your knowledge and you can improve the things that you do. So one thing that you want to do with you getting, I don't know if you're referring to yourself about getting the Fs, but you want to develop a growth mindset. You want to constantly reassure yourself and give yourself, what's the word I'm looking for, Dr. Stewart, about, we talked about it when you came on Friday. Oh wait, no, we talked about it Thursday, never mind.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought we talked about it on Friday. It's an A word. It starts with an A. It's affirmations.
Affirmation. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So you want to affirm yourself. You want to give yourself daily affirmations. You want to tell yourself that you can do it. You want to tell yourself that even though I got an F, I'm going to do better next time. If I'm getting an F constantly, that does not mean that I will forever get an F. That just means that right now I'm not good at it, but I will improve. And you also want to kind of do things to help you improve, such as maybe if you make an F on a test or a homework assignment, review it with your parents or your teacher, see what it is that you got wrong, and then find a way to correct those wrongs, like, doing tutoring, asking your parents to help you, or if you look back on it and see how you got it wrong, fix it, and then go back and try again, but never give up. Continue continue to try, and your grades will definitely get better.
Was that helpful, Dr. Law?
Ma'am.
Oh, okay. And also too, just remember that if you do the best that you can, and if you use your resources, reach out to your support system, like your teacher, and always communicate. Don't wait until it becomes a problem to then say something. Always communicate, because that communication is going to help you like build those relationships you need to help get through those tough times. So great. Well, we are running out of time. So does anybody, or Dr. Stevenson Fraser, you know these folks, you have any questions you want to ask them specifically?
I would go.
Oh, yes.
On the phone.
Yes, I do. How does it feel to say you won, but you actually lost?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a hard one.
What he say?
Say it again.
I said, how does it feel to say you won something, but you actually lost?
Ooh, that stings.
He's asking me that.
Oh,
You're asking
both
me
of
that,
you.
CEO Tyler?
I'm asking both of you that.
Oh, okay. Dr. Stewart, you want to go first?
how does it feel? This is a tough one. How does it feel when you say you won something, but you actually lost? Okay, all right. I'll say this. First of all, I think it's relative. And what does that mean? That means this. I've been in situations where, let's say, I've tried to do like a program or something, and my mind was, I need a whole lot of people to come and show up in order for it to be a win for me. And then I didn't realize that the few people that showed up actually really appreciated the work. So like, for example, let's say I had an event and I wanted 100 people to show up, but maybe 20 showed up. In my mind, I thought I lost because I didn't have 100 people show up. So in that sense, yes, that was a loss because I didn't have all the people I wanted, but it actually was a win for me because the people who showed up were really happy with what they got from me, and they couldn't have gotten it from me if there were 100 people. Does that make sense? So in some ways it was a win and a loss. It may not have been what I expected it to be, but it ended up being what it needed to be, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to you, Tyler? So some people will say, well, depending on how you're looking at it, well, okay, like for you as a CEO or entrepreneur, if somebody says to you, you didn't make $1 million your first year, or you wanted to make $1 million your first year and you don't, but you built out your company, does that make you a loser or a winner? Well, you still built your company, right? And no one can tell you how long it'll take for you to get $1 million. So you may feel like it's a loss because you didn't get $1 million, but it actually is a win because you still have a business that you built. Okay, does that make sense? Cool. Dr. Stevenson Fraser?
I think you made a really good point. I don't really know what to add on to it. I mean, yeah, like if I were to say that I won, but I had actually lost, I'm sure it would feel kind of like, it would hurt a little bit probably or something, like unless it was the situation that Dr. Stewart was talking about. But other than that, I would just aim to win next time, I guess.
Okay, all right. So let's bring this home. All of you guys are going back to school, and all of you all there may be a chance that you end up going into a class that's really hard. Using the example Dr. Law gave earlier, okay? Let's say you take this class and it's really hard. possibly you may not get the grade that you want. Okay? So you feel like you've lost. But can you ask yourself this question? Did you do everything that you possibly could? Did you study as hard as you could? Did you do your homework? Did you ask questions? Did you get a tutor? Did you do all of those things that you possibly could to guarantee that you could be the best student in that class?
Yes.
You can say yes to all of those things. Guess what? You still won. And you still won because you did everything in your power that you possibly could. Now, what do you get out of that if you don't get the grade you want? You have developed very good habits in doing everything you can to use the resources that you need so that you can be a better and more successful student. And that to me is a win over everything. So can you?
I mean, I never got an F in my life, but I still work hard.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that is like, that's like an example. Well, okay, yeah, I may not have gotten the grade I wanted, but I did everything I could and did a really good job at that, and I worked really hard. And your teachers, and a lot of times, take that into consideration. You know, your letter grade, your numbers, your test scores, that's one part of it. But how hard you work is another part of it too. And if you've got yourself a good teacher, your good teacher is looking at all of that stuff. Okay. Can we say thank you to Dr. Stevenson Frazier, because this was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have a couple of minutes, and I need everybody's help because we have one person who does not have a map. So, Dr. Stevenson Frazier, I'm going to pull up a map for Z Money. And if we can talk him through what he needs, like we've done for y'all, that would be great. So I think it's going to be very similar. Some things won't be the same, but can we all give some recommendations to Z Money? And Z Money, if you want to chime in too. I've got on here some of the stuff that we talked about with everybody else.
Well, I feel like since Z Money isn't into art and design, we can remove that because he wants to be a dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So we could put down. What grade is Z Money in? Third grade?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So for elementary, we can maybe put down for clubs, like maybe he could join the dance team or the step team.
Mm. Okay.
Z Money, how do you feel about obedient to parents? Are you already obedient to your parents, or do you need to work on that? Or
I would say, what was the question?
are you already obedient to your parents, or do you need to work on that still?
I am on. I'm
Okay.
obedient.
Good.
Okay, so you have organization skill, life skills, mentors, and avid.
Mm-hmm.
For elementary, middle school, join clubs. Definitely he should try to, if he wants to be a professional dancer, he should try to do dance all 3 years. Elementary, middle, and high school. Not 3 years, but each school. Through middle school and high school dance. And he could even, dance team. I was gonna say he could find a hip hop dance group outside of school. I know there's a lot of those, and they might offer scholarships as well, which is really great. For high school, Z Money could also consider going to the School of the Arts for dancing, so that he could study dancing there.
Z Money, are you into DeKalb?
Into what?
Are you in DeKalb County?
I mean, like I would go. I mean, not really.
Okay, because there's a School of the Arts in DeKalb, but I mean there's School of the Arts in other places too.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
But I don't just want to stay at home. Like I don't just want to stay in like Cab or Georgia. Like I want to go. Like I want to travel. Well, I do want to dance, but I want to check out different places before I decide something.
Sure.
Definitely. Okay, well then in high school, maybe put down attempt to do out-of-state college tours.
Mm-hmm.
Tours?
college tours?
Out of state, since you don't want to stay home. That might be good. Or even for college, he could try to do study abroad if he's into that.
I mean, yeah, I am passionate about math, dancing.
And you know what you could do while you're in high school or high school summer, like before you go to college, you actually could teach dance.
Oh yeah. Yep. Teaching dance.
I mean, I do want to be a dance teacher and a choreographer.
Well, you are on the right track then.
Yes, that would be good.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to finish these up for you guys. And tomorrow I am going to have this and some gifts for you all.
All right, thank you.
No,
Yay.
thank you. So listen, I want to say, anything else I'm missing, Dr. Stevenson Frazier?
Do we have a map for Dino already?
Dino fell off. I don't see him.
Oh, he went off?
Yeah, he fell off, but I will create one
He's
for
a busy
him.
kid.
Well then, nope. There's nothing else that I can think of.
Well, anything in closing you guys want to say? Like, our closing thing is, what is something that you learned, or any last minute comments or thoughts that you have?
Well, I did learn that just keep trying hard no matter how hard the journey is.
Yes.
That's a great one. Dr. Law, what about you?
Learn to never give up and keep trying.
Okay. CEO Tyler?
Who? What? When?
What did you learn?
Boy,
Oh, what did I learn?
Yes.
Oh, I learned about different colleges I could pick throughout this whole these sessions and stuff.
Cool. Dr.
I
Steven?
had time to think about what college I could pick.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Dr. Stevenson Frazier, what did you learn from these wonderful groups of people?
Say that again.
Learn that you're never too young to prepare for your future. Because we have Miss Bianca in here doing things. She's 7 years old, and Z Money's in 3rd grade. So it's really good to see the different ranges and seeing that they can do that.
I will say what I learned is that you are never too young to think about your future. And there is an amazing group of young people out there like you guys who you're definitely the reason why we do this work. So I want to say thank you. I'm going to thank Dr. La for just being here with us. And look at you. And always with the facial expressions. You are awesome. I want to thank CEO Tyler. I want to thank Z Money. And don't know where Bianca disappeared to, but I want to thank PAL for allowing us to work with their amazing group of young people. Detective Ricketts and Prather, I want to thank you guys for being a part of our circle today. And I want to send a special thank you to Dr. Stevenson Frazier for just being here. And Tyler, I want to say a special thank you to you as well. Your mouth is moving. I know what you're saying, but I'm sure you're saying something very sweet. All right, guys. Well, congratulations for working with us all summer. It has been a pleasure.
Yes, I second that.
Yes.
Fun working with all of you.
Definitely. So I have been told that you all are to go to lunch, and then you're going to hop back on, I guess, the PAL website, okay? Sounds good. All right. Well, we look forward to seeing y'all again throughout the school year.
bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Later.
Thank you. Later. Peace.
Peace out. Make better your home.